You'll see convenience stores everywhere in Japan, open 24/7, spotless, and packed with variety. They've become a go-to spot for travelers to experience everyday Japanese life. This time, we'll peek behind the scenes and uncover how they've evolved. Convenience stores launch about 3,000, 4,000 new items every year, most of which disappear within months. Amid all that change, one steady bestseller remains: the onigiri, or rice ball. It's Japan's soul food, and interestingly, the top 3 flavors are the same across every major chain: tuna mayo, kombu, salmon. People even call onigiri a taste barometer, believing that if the rice balls taste good, the bento boxes must too. Customers who buy onigiri often pick up drinks or desserts as well, which helps raise the average purchase amount. For that reason, every chain treats onigiri as a core product and invests heavily in it. New varieties appear almost every month, and one company even poured 2 billion yen into developing a machine that could recreate the softness of a hand-shaped rice ball. Onigiri wasn't a hit at first. Many people thought, why pay for something I can easily make at home? Early store-bought versions had soggy nori and looked unappealing, so they didn't sell well. The turning point came in 1978 when 7-Eleven developed special packaging that kept the nori separate from the rice. By pulling a tab, the two would come together right before eating, keeping the nori crisp until the last moment. This innovation turned onigiri into one of the industry's biggest revenue drivers. Surprisingly, there are many patents on onigiri packaging. Some even led to lawsuits. Japan's obsession with perfecting this humble food reflects years of effort to make it as delicious as possible. The same dedication shows up in another convenience store favorite, the egg sandwich. Traditionally, egg sandwiches uses whole-boiled eggs, but many convenience store versions are made from an egg white-based product. Since mayonnaise production uses only yolks, egg whites pile up. Stores buy them cheaply, tint them yellow to resemble yolks, mix them with mayo and seasonings, and spread the mixture between slices of bread. The exact blend varies by company and remains a trade secret. If you see egg salad on ingredient labels in Japanese, that's why.
Travel trivia: how nori is made. Thanks to the worldwide popularity of sushi, nori has become familiar to many. Though it may look like black paper, it's actually rich in minerals and dietary fiber. Nori is a type of algae grown from spores. Farmers attach seed to nets, set them in the sea for a period, and repeatedly raise and lower them to prevent other algae from sticking. Once the nori matures, they lift and freeze the nets, then return them to the sea when water temperatures drop below about 18 degrees to restart growth. After roughly 4 months, the nori is harvested, removed from the nets, and dried.
Where a product sits can make or break it. The golden zone in Japan, about 140-160 centimeters from the floor, is right at eye level and drives the most sales. Psychology backs this up. We tend to assume that whatever's in our direct line of sight must be popular. Even the same product can see sales fluctuate by dozens of percentage points, depending on whether it's placed at the end or lower shelf. If you're not sure what to buy, or want to spot what's trending, check the shelves at eye level. That's where you'll find Japan's featured and best-selling items, often including limited-time sweets or special releases. If a manufacturer can get its products into convenience stores, it can expect a major boost in sales. Getting a spot on a prime shelf can push sales even higher, so companies often negotiate with store managers for better placement. But since convenience stores have limited space and aim to maximize sales, slow-selling items are quickly replaced. You can buy alcohol at any convenience store now, but that wasn't always the case, and the story ties back to US-Japan trade tensions. In the 1990s, convenience stores spread rapidly in Japan, yet few sold alcohol. One reason: if a liquor store already existed, no new alcohol retailer could open within 150 meters. The rule wasn't to prevent alcoholism, but to limit excessive competition, which ultimately froze the market. Other laws restricted large-scale retail openings, requiring companies to gain consent from local residents. The intent was to protect small, less competitive shops, but in practice, almost no small retailer would welcome a new big box store nearby, making new openings nearly impossible. The US objected to these protectionist regulations. Since the 1970s, Japan had exported massive numbers of cars to the US, while American cars barely sold in Japan, leading to fierce trade friction by the 1980s. Among the complaints was that Japan's rules made it hard for large stores, and by extension, US products, to enter the market. Under bilateral negotiations, Japan revised the laws. Restrictions on alcohol sales were gradually eased from 1989 and fully abolished by 2000. However, deregulation also had side effects. If you've ever walked through a faded shopping street during your trip, that's part of the fallout. Customers flocked to suburban shopping malls instead. Since the 2000s, many regional towns have faced this shift, illustrating Japan's ongoing struggle to balance free competition with the protection of smaller businesses. Convenience stores sit on the front line of Japanese consumer life. Until the early 2000s, they were a top part-time job for young people. Over time, low pay and heavy workloads made hiring harder, and many older franchise owners had to work long hours themselves. In one case, an Osaka owner stopped operating from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. and was ordered by headquarters to resume 24-hour service for violating policy. The dispute went to court, spotlighting the strain of round-the-clock operations and Japan's labor shortage. With a shrinking, aging population, especially in big cities like Tokyo and Osaka, many 24-hour businesses now rely on foreign students to stay open. Another change is the rise of smaller bento boxes and side dishes. Convenience stores once mainly catered to office workers and young customers. But as local supermarkets close and travel becomes harder for seniors, the neighborhood convenience store has become a vital lifeline. Chains are responding with more small portion products designed for older shoppers. With a declining population and store counts at their limit, chains are seeking new growth. One promising area is apparel. It used to be a last-minute fix. Rip socks on a trip, grab a new pair. But some lines now rival specialty stores in design, quality, and price, so people visit specifically to buy clothes. Family Mart led the way, partnering with popular designers and even staging fashion shows to position itself as a real brand. Why not pick up a stylish t-shirt or pair of socks as a Japan souvenir? Japanese convenience stores are more than convenient. They're a snapshot of modern Japan, innovation, competition, and demographic shifts included. Next time you go, look closely at the shelves and the humble onigiri. You'll see the craftsmanship behind it all, and your Japan experience will feel 100 times deeper.